strings attached, not the fragile kind that fray at the first pull, but the old ones, the ones the universe uses when it means forever. We didn't tie them ourselves. They were already there when your name first settled into my chest, like it had always known the address. I remember thinking, this feels dangerous, not because it would hurt, but because it would matter. And it did. From the very beginning, there was a quiet understanding between us, not spoken, not signed, but breathed into the space we shared, never letting go. That was the promise, not dramatic, not loud, just certain, like gravity. We were not naive enough to believe love would be easy, but we were brave enough to believe it would be worth it. So we let the strings stay. They wrapped around our wrists, around our ankles, around the softest parts of us, the places we usually keep hidden because they bruise too easily. And still, we stayed. We learned each other slowly, as if learning a language spoken only at night. Your silences taught me more than anyone else's speeches ever had. I learned the sound of your breath when you were about to laugh, and the way your voice changed when you pretended not to care about something that mattered deeply. You learned the geography of my fears, how some of them looked like strength until you touched them and they unraveled in your hands. We were careful and reckless and young in the ways that count. We promised without ceremony, no witnesses except the stars and the quiet hum of everything that exists, no matter what, no matter where, no matter how far. The strings tightened slightly, as if approving. We didn't know then how far could stretch. Time passed the way it always does, politely at first, then all at once life began asking questions we hadn't prepared answers for. Dreams pulled in opposite directions. Responsibilities grew teeth. Maps changed, and distance, that clever, cruel thing, started whispering possibilities we never wanted to imagine. But even then, even as the miles crept in, the strings did not loosen. They never do. People talk about love like it's fragile, like it will shatter if handled incorrectly. They are wrong. Love is not glass. It is thread. It stretches. It knots. It tangles. It cuts into the skin when pulled too hard. But it does not disappear. When the day came, that day, the one we both felt approaching long before it arrived, we didn't cry right away. We smiled, we joked, we pretended this was temporary in a way that almost made it believable. Suitcases opened, lives were folded into neat manageable pieces that never quite fit back the same way again. I watched you leave and felt something inside me reach out instinctively, as if to say, wait, take me too. But the world doesn't work like that. So instead, the strings stretched. Miles became numbers, measurable, cold, objective. But love does not speak in numbers. Love speaks in absence, in the way mornings felt wrong without your voice crossing the room, in the way nights grew heavier as if gravity itself missed you. I learned how quiet can sound loud, how empty spaces echo. You learned how to sleep on the other side of longing, and still, the strings held. They ran through oceans, through highways, through time zones, and missed calls. They wrapped around every thought of you that arrived uninvited and refused to leave. I carried you with me into rooms you've never seen, into conversations you were never part of, into versions of myself you only know in theory. Sometimes I swear you feel it. That moment when you stop suddenly for no clear reason and your chest tightens just a little. That's the string. That's me missing you without warning. We live miles away now, different skies, different routines, different lives on paper, but paper has never been good at telling the truth. The truth is this: you are everywhere. I am in the way. I still turn to tell you things first, in the reflex of your name on my tongue when something goes wrong or wonderfully right, in the quiet moments when the world pauses and I feel your absence like a second heartbeat. People say, if it hurts this much, maybe you should let go. They do not understand. Letting go would hurt more because these strings, they are not a burden. They are proof that something real happened, proof that love can exist without proximity, without permission, without guarantees, proof that some promises do not expire. I miss you, not just in the obvious ways. I miss the version of me that existed most naturally with you, the one who didn't have to explain, the one who was understood before the sentence finished forming. I miss the way the world felt less sharp when you were close enough to touch, and still, even in the ache, there is gratitude, because loving you, even like this, is better than never having loved you at all. The strings attached us for a reason, and they are still here, quiet, unseen, unbreakable, in grocery stores where I